Alright, what's good, y'all? Good morning. Today is March 4th, 2026. It's currently 9:01. I just want to go over a couple things before I get into the charting session. So, one being news. So let me pull that up right here. So, this is our news. We had NFP come out 8:15, and then we have PMI coming out at 10. So, we'll see what has been done to the market so far. Um, and then we'll see what 10 a.m. brings if we're still looking around that time, if we're still trading. One thing I want to go over is just once things I want to focus on, just my patience. My last two L's that I took, um, and even my last three trades honestly have been just kind of just rushed to an extent. One or two have been pretty good trades. Like yesterday, my inverse trade was a pretty decent trade, but then again, I literally am only trading inverses currently, and that's something that I gotta clean up because I know one video I told you guys there's a specific point in time and a specific model, um, and price action where I would trade an inverse really on the 15 and 30 second. Because 15 and 30 second, I'm looking for a quick inverse and then the internal low to get taken quickly for me to go break even. If I'm just trading an inverse on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, that's typically not what I do. I look for an inverse, change in a state, right? So that's what I want to be focusing on today. Just being very, very patient, very, very patient, just watching and waiting for that full inverse change in the state. Now, unless there's an opportunity that gets presented on a 15 and a 30 second, like on other videos where I take an inverse off of them and we hit a beautiful trade, then I'm gonna take it. But other than that, I just want to be super, super patient coming into today. So let's get right into it. So looking here right away, marked out a few things yesterday. Marked out this 4 hour gap, this 4 hour gap. We took sell side. We put in this SMT that we still currently have. We put in this low here. Okay. We ran higher. We rebounded to this equilibrium. So this range is equilibrium, which actually is slightly different now. So we're gonna delete this. But we're at equilibrium. We put this high in. We respect this 4 hour gap. We go lower. We then get back up higher after seemingly rebalancing this leg's equilibrium, and now we take this high here. Okay, so now after taking this high, we see us tap this 4 hour gap on ES, tap the 4 hour gap on NQ, and now I just want to see what we get. What do we want to do, right? Do we want to continue higher, seek this high here, right? Just what do we want to do? So I just want to be patient and see. It looks like to me no form of sell side got taken. Kind of just started running higher. Buy side's been taken. So I just want to see, I just want to see what the market presents, what we can get. We have this nice 30-minute gap here. I'm going to delete this and then delete this. Okay, so we have this nice 30-minute gap right here. Oh, almost cracked my PC. So after this high gets taken here, we then see us run the internal high right here on this leg. So internal high now gets taken. And then here's a 30-minute. Same deal, internal high gets taken. And now we have this nice 30-minute gap here. So I want to see what we do with this gap, right? If we want to go lower, I can expect us to start getting through here. To then target, internal low here, and then sell side down here. Kind of move everything over a little bit. So that's what I'm going to mark out. All this sell side resting. Let me put this music on real quick. Bow, bow. Sorry about that. There we go. Alright, bet. Sorry to throw my music on. My lo-fi, I should say. So, once again, we'll see what we do. We have this 30-minute gap. We'll see if we want to start getting through this here. We'll see if we want to respect it to come in here, fill, and then continue higher. We'll see what we do. As far as higher goes, we just really have buy side resting up here. Same thing on NQ, just buy side resting. We have these 4 gaps that really didn't get filled too much. That can become, an interest for the market. So yeah, that's really what I have marked out here. I will also mark out this. So bang, bang. I'm gonna mark out this low resting in here and just see what we do. Could be soup. This is so A15 dropped. We had these big legs up leading up into NFP, and then we see NFP drop 815, and then we kind of just slow down. So just want to see what we do, right? Since we took sell side or buy side here to the left of us, and we just ran this internal high. Now, if we do want to get lower, I can expect us to start getting lower now, because we did what we had to do. I mean, high gets taken, we run internal high, get back inside the range, we then get back higher, we run internal high, and now we're kind of just here messing around. So I can expect us to start getting lower if that's what we want to do, but we'll see what this 30-minute here brings, right? So if we want to rebalance this 30-minute into this 30-minute gap, right? Take this low, rebalance to this gap, possibly to equilibrium, then we'll see what we get from there, right? As I usually say, I'm not opposed to pre-market trades, but they have to be super clean, super clear, full model in play, and I don't want to see a barcode. So like if we look on ES, this is actually not too bad. I just want to see consistent flowing candles like this kind of, we're flowing, right? We're getting some nice volume. That's what I'd want to see ideally for me to take a pre-market trade. But even at that, my pre-market trades typically aren't ever full size. They're like 150 to 200 bucks. My full size that I'm usually looking for A plus trade is 250 to 275. So see what this 30-minute brings. Move this over a little bit. Large 15-minute gap here. We see this 1 hour gap get respected. So this gap respected sent us higher. Buy side gets taken. Now we'll see what we want to do. If we want to go lower, right, I can expect us to really start digging into this 30 and through this 30-minute gap. If we want to continue higher, well, I can just see us come into this gap, respect it, possibly rebalance to equilibrium, like I said, of the range. Possibly take this low, and then we'll see a model get put in higher. Gaps are going to hold lower if we want to go lower. All gaps on a 3-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, whatever gaps we open, they should hold to go lower. If we want to go higher, we're going to come in here, right, do what we got to do, and then we'll see gaps get disrespected to the upside. So we'll just see what we do, see what the market brings. Just looking for consistency, right? That's what trading is about. It's just consistency in my trading. So I had a couple days where, I took an L, and then I had, excuse me, a break even, which I'm only down about 200 on the week, and I took 2 trades so far, one break even, 1 loss. So I'm not upset, but I do think I can definitely clean some things up and start, getting back on track here, I'll say. Now I will say, okay, so yeah, we just have more of this 4-hour gap above us that we could definitely drill into more. NQ already did a good bit, drill into that gap. So from here, if this gap wants to hold and buy side, after buy side gets taken and we can get lower, then what I'd look for is just like I said, for us to start getting through this 30 minute gap, um, making our way down towards sell side. Once we get here, if we if I'll say if we get down here, I then look what do we get to the upside, what model do we put in, do we put in a model. If we want to continue lower, then I'll just wait, be patient. Do we get down here, what do we do? It's just reacting. So I'm always just like, okay, we have this, what do we do? Okay, we have this, what do we do? Okay, we have this gap, what do we do? Right? It's always what do we do, because I'm reacting. I'm literally just reacting with confidence and patience. That's really it. I just observe and react. So we got 17 minutes till open. I'll be right back, y'all. One second. about that. Alright, so seeing what we did since I was gone, um, still kind of playing inside this range here. I am gonna mark out. Let me see something. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna mark out buy side here. So really just want to see what we do if we want to take a buy side, what reactions we get. Do we want to put in a mono? Do we want to get back inside the range? We have market open in 10 minutes, so I really just want to wait and be patient. Once 24, 25 hits, if, you know, nothing super duper in my face, really clean, clear, um, I'm just going to wait for open. That was also a mistake of mine the other day, is I usually, say that there's a certain point in time in pre-market where I kind of just like totally hands off, just waiting for open. And that's typically around, like I said, that 23, 25 mark, 26. And yeah, we kind of was trading in that realm, trading in that area the other day, and kind of messed myself up. So once again, just looking to be super duper patient today and just wait. So we'll see if we get an SMT here. Looks like ES is getting pretty high. Also, ES is moving pretty clean today, so we'll see if we get any opportunity there. We'll see just which index presents opportunity. So we have an unfilled 30-minute gap. We have equilibrium of this range. Buy side has already gotten taken, delivering from a 4-hour gap. So shorts could be clean here. Could be clean. We have sell side generated here. But then again, if we want to get lower, I could say the same thing about longs, right? So it's just what makes sense, what am I confident in, and what's in front of me. So we have 8 minutes now till market open. So that high does not get taken. Looks like we're getting some legs down. And on this channel, I just really want to upload just full transparency, like just giving you guys exactly how my day goes. Like, when I get off the charts, when I trade and I end my live, I'm not going and sniffing around another trade and blowing accounts. And like, I give you guys exactly from when I first get on the charts to exactly what I see. I start my recording all the way up until when I trade, I end my recording. And then what I'll typically do is I'll take my file, I'll drag it into my YouTube, I'll let that process, let it check, because I got to check for copyrights and everything. And then while that's doing that, I'll pull up my journal and I'll get my screenshots by going right up here, copy image, whatever it may be, of my trade, and I'll take about 5 or 6 different screenshots, different time frames. Primarily the first one being the time frame that I took my trade on. Obviously, screenshot it, throw it in my journal, explain. I'll also screenshot news. So I'll pull this up, I'll screenshot this, I'll clip this part right here. And then I'll throw that at the top of my journal as well, just so I know, like, oh, okay, today was PPI. Oh, today was CPI. Okay, how did I trade this day, when it was CPI? So that's kind of what I do. And then I'll put in my thoughts coming into the day, my trade details, so what I took the trade off of, just the details, the whole trade detail. and then typically I'll just go into depth on that. And then I used to do my risk to reward, my emotions, um, my confidence level, and then I would also do my right and my wrongs. So I'll do wrongs, do all my wrongs, then I'll do my rights, and then type in all my rights. I don't do that anymore. Kind of, I just know my trading at this point is cleaned up pretty well to the point where if I make a little mistake, I know exactly what that mistake is, and I know what I gotta focus on for the rest of the week. So um, that's just what I do. So just give you guys like a better understanding. Like I don't just hop off the charts like and then just fucking start trading like a madman, and trying to make everything back. It's like what I trade on the day is what you guys see, and that's it. Because after I journal, I upload my video, I'll get off the charts, I'll go to the gym, or I might play the game a little bit. I play some Warzone, and then just chill, and I go to work. So, you know, just living a life, and just right now, just focusing on becoming the best version of myself. That's also why I started this YouTube channel too. Is to hold myself accountable, to start another good habit. Life and really trading is all about good habits. It's all about what you do day in and day out, and the more good habits you can create, the better. And obviously, you want to take out and exclude all your bad habits, um, which is what I've been focusing on. So, good habits. I wake up in the morning. Like I said, I do fasted cardio. I think I said this in a previous video. I'll do fasted cardio. I'll then dip my face in ice water. I'll do like three times, 15 seconds. Wake myself up. Shock my face. It's also very good for you. And then I'll come up here, sit down, turn my PC on, and start my recording. So it's like a good. I think your morning routine is definitely one of the most important things you can have by far. Is your morning routine. Because especially being a trader, like just for anything that goes for, but especially with being a trader, man, your morning routine is everything. Because the last thing you want to do is wake up at 8:50, brush your teeth. Now it's like 8:56. By the time you wake up, brush your teeth, come back in your room, 8:57, and you're getting right on the charts. You're still tired. You got fucking crust in your eyes. You still got that like groggy feeling. At least give yourself 30 minutes to wake up. At least 30 minutes. So, looking at the charts though, on the other hand, NQ has just taken this low here. So we soup. Damn, this music is loud. So now the low gets taken. We'll see what we want to do from here. Right. So we dip into this 30-minute gap here. Low gets taken here. Now for me to take a confident stab to the upside, well, market's opening here soon, but it would have to be like this right here. Have to see this gap get ran, and then we put this into the upside, this change. If we want to go lower and continue lower, dig deeper into this gap, come back to equilibrium, whatever it may be, I can expect this to hold here. We'll mark out equilibrium though. Sell side resting down there as well. See what type of order flow we get here. We have market opening in like a minute 40 seconds. So did we already rebalance this leg to not really. So we got a minute. See what we do here. Sell side gets taken. I could definitely see us getting lower here. Like I said, to equilibrium. Digging into more this 30-minute gap here. Nothing has gotten taken to the upside. Nope. Well, we have. We took this high here. We put in the SMT. But this high has not been taken to the upside, I should say. So let's see what we do if we want to get back up inside of here. and then we'll see what type of legs or what type of reactions we get. We may be able to catch a move lower, down into this gap, like I said, down into equilibrium, standard deviation, whatever it may be. So we got 12 seconds here. Just going to be patient, wait and see. Do we get through these gaps and do we get this change to the upside, or do we, pull back here, manipulate at this high here, just kind of what do we do? So let's see. Okay, so we fill this gap here. We instantly see higher. See if we get that change to the upside here. So we instantly just run right to buy side, instantly. So this is no longer valid. That's gone. So is this. Internal high gets taken. Cleanest thing is just this 3-minute probably that we could put in here. But now we take buy side, so I want to see what we do. We take sell side, then we instantly take buy side. So see what we do here. If we can take a continuation higher, we have this 30-second gap that opens up here. Big 30-second. Same thing on ES. 30-second gap. Get rid of this sell side here. Actually, no, we're going to keep that. I want to see what we do here, though. I want to see if ES wants to get lower. Maybe catch a continuation here. Looks like this 3 minutes holding. See if we can generate a low inside of here. If we do want to get higher, generate a low, come down, manipulate. We open up no gaps to the downside. We put in this 2-minute change in the state to the upside. So this gets put in here. On ES it does not. 3-minute looking to get ran through though. Open up this nice 1-minute gap here. We're going to mark that out. See what we do with this low right here. That's resting right at the change. If we want to get lower after taking buy side, we're going to get through this. And we're going to look to put this change in a state to the downside on the 15-second. Also want to see what we do here with this high, this internal high that we put in now. After taking that, because we're going to have a big SMT. So I'm just reacting, I'm just playing what the market gives me. So we put in this nice 3-minute change to the upside. We run through this 3-minute inverse. Just watching, just being very, very patient. We're about to open up this big 2-minute gap here. Looks like NQ is looking to take this internal high. ES is some bit away here, so that gets taken now. We open up no gaps to the upside after taking that high. Cleanest thing for me would be just changing the state to the downside, and then look to go break even fairly quickly. But it has to be clean. quick. And like I said, break even at this internal low. We have these gaps that have yet to be filled on NQ. ES is starting to get lower here. We have all this generated here on ES. We're inside of this 30-second gap. Just want to be patient here. Just want to watch and see. There's really nothing. So now ES takes this low. Now we have an SMT to the upside. No change here. There's also no gaps paired here with that. So I could see to take a short here on ES. So now we take this low here on NQ as well, tap back into that gap. So we're going to sell a couple here. Stops are going to go above. So we get that change in the state to the downside. It's a huge manipulation leg. I take 2 off here at sell side. Leave a runner here. And then looking to go break even once we get down into this gap here. So this is a 1 hour gap. Let's see if we have anything else. Probably this gap right here I'd be willing to go break even at. Resting well, equilibrium is resting lower, that's clean. We're leaving a runner down to standard deviation of the big manipulation leg that we had. So I like this. This is clean. Clean trade. We're just gonna now sit here patient, just watch. Decent risk, about a 1 to 2 here. And then just leaving a runner down to there. Open up this big 1 minute gap. Back at the change in the state. Throw on one more con here. Risking 243, which is pretty clean. Like I said, looking to go break even at this gap right here. So we're just going to be patient. Just wait and see what we get. I want to see NQ start to follow through this gap here. I need erase that standard deviation just to clean up the charts a little bit. And just to go over, what we're looking at, what we did here on a 30-second here, we have this nice large gap here, which I can expect to hold if we do want to go higher indeed. But we take buy side, we then put in this SMT with this internal high then getting taken. We see NQ flush lower, put in this change to the downside. We see ES flush lower, get this 30-second gap, and then put this clean change into the downside. So we take our short here off the change in the state, stops go above, and now we just sit and wait. Okay, so now we're break even, right? Risk is totally off the table. I don't care about any outcome now. I just want to see us flush from here. If we can get that, we're in good shape. Just sitting and waiting. That's all it is. I want to see it continue lower here because it doesn't look like, so NQ is still looking to put in a change to the downside and get through this gap. So I don't want to see it start to follow through lower here and do just that. Open up this 30-second gap here. Want to see this hold, that's good. Open up a gap in favor. See if that can hold. I don't want to see this gap be too much of a problem for us. I want to see us get through it pretty quickly. Just because it's only a 5-minute gap and the draw and equilibrium is literally resting right below. But like I said, I'm looking for me to protect myself as quickly as possible. So that's why I go break even at the gap. We'll see if we can get a nice little flush here inside this 30-minute gap here still on NQ. See if we can start to get through this like ES did. I'm actually going to get rid of this. Excuse me. So it looks like we're kind of slowing down a little bit here. I want to see, not slowing down, but Wait, let's see if ES, okay, so NQ now gets this change in the state, which is clean. So we get the change to the downside here on the 2-minute. Super, super clean, 1 minute as well. So we'll see if we can just continue lower from here. See what we do, protect it. So risk is totally off the table. And we're just being patient. Looks like NQ is starting to get higher. No internal low has been taken. Looks like NQ is starting to rip a little bit. Inside this inverse now. touching this trade at all, just simply sitting and watching. So NQ runs higher, we tap this inverse here. From here, I'd want to see it start to get some legs down. I want to see it start to get a push towards sell side here. So looks like NQ has a big push lower. We'll see if ES can follow. We do have news coming out at 10 PMI, don't forget. So but I am taking off majority of my contracts here at sell side, and then I'm looking for just a runner to standard deviation, see if we can get that push lower, see if news can also help us a little bit too. But that's in like 15 minutes. So I'm gonna delete this gap here. Actually, let me put my break even here though, just so I know on my screenshot where I want break even. No gaps have really gotten opened up in our favor. This small little 2-minute here actually, we opened up. No 3-minute, 5-minute gap here, but that's where our break even is, so could mark that out though. NQ back inside the inverse. See if this 2-minute can hold us. Like NQ took this low here, this 930 low, and now we're seeing some legs up. See what we do. We've been moving pretty crappy here these last couple of days. Probably got something to do with the war news and stuff, and a lot of stuff going on around the world. So yeah, you can see 930 low here gets taken on NQ right here, and then you see us get that leg higher. Looks like now we're getting a nice little sell-off. We'll see if we can continue. For me to be confident, we got to get through this first. For me to say, I like this. See if we can get through this gap to the downside, this 1-minute gap that we opened up. How long we've been live for? 47 minutes. So that's not what you want to see, right? You want to see us get through that gap quickly and efficiently if we're going to go lower. But since this does hold, it looks like we can definitely see higher now. But we are protected, so we got nothing to lose. So we're just going to be patient. So we got a big leg up there. We get stopped out. I'm going to take these limit orders off. Make sure y'all take y'all limit orders off. That shit can really cook you. But there's a trade on the day. I'm not going to take another one. That's just going to be it here. Really not the best PA for me personally. But, yeah, now we're inside this 5-minute gap. So we could definitely see legs lower here now after getting up in this 5-minute gap. And rebalancing this leg, it looks like, to equilibrium. Yeah, so we could definitely see legs lower here for sure. But I protected myself. I chose to go break even. That's just what I chose. So yeah, great day. Break even on the day. That's two break evens on the week. So I'm just looking to protect myself. I'm just noticing price action and how we've been moving. And with everything going on in the world, I'm just looking, like I said, protection, protection, protection. Another great habit to practice. So yeah. But I'm out of here, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.